Okay, so Baddies Gone Wild reunion episode 1. So, I'm sorry, y'all. I gotta give Daisy her flowers. You know why? Because she low-key did run the house. And I feel like a lot of people is not giving her the flowers that she deserves. Like, I definitely feel like I kind of was just like, girl, like, I didn't dislike Daisy, but I was definitely just like, you doing too much. But at the end of the day, we gotta shout her out, give her flowers. She deserves it because she was low-key running the house. So much so, like she said, the girls went home and got told by their friends and family that they were looking dumb, and I really feel like that's low-key what happened. But Daisy came to the reunion and she did what she had to do. Janelle's versus Daisy. Y'all know who won. Like, people are saying Janelle's won round 3, and I'm just like, girl, no, she didn't win any of the rounds. But like, I honestly just feel like I'm proud of Daisy, y'all. I'm sorry, I have to be proud of Daisy because at the end of the day, this girl was who she was, and she said who she was, and she did exactly how. Like, what I'm trying to say is, like, Daisy was not fake about how she was acting, and she didn't come to the reunion puffing up her chest or lowering her chest for nobody, unlike Janelle's. Like, I'm glad she said something to Rella, but it was just like, girl, why didn't you do that in the house? Why wait until you get to the reunion to puff your chest up and all of a sudden you want to say something? It's just kind of like, what? That's why I like Daisy, because I just feel like Daisy didn't wait and she didn't fake nothing just to say, oh, well, when I get to the reunion, I'm going to do this and that. Daisy did a little bit extra than she usually do. That's why I feel like I have to give Daisy her flowers. Like, I have to. Janelle's, I'm glad Janelle said something, but it was still just like, girl, Erica needed you when you were in the house versus now you're at the reunion and you're talking. What is it? Daisy versus Coco. I was so happy to see that Coco's eye was fixed. I was just like, wow, that's how Coco looks, huh? It's nice to see her without that red dot. But obviously Daisy won that too. And I guess it is what it is. I feel like Daisy was low key doing what she needed to do. Because a lot of these girls, I feel like in the house, I don't know, y'all. I'm not going to even say too much. I don't want to be too extra. Because I feel like this reunion, even though I didn't see a lot, I feel like next time I'll have more to say. Like, I feel like I don't have too much to say about this reunion because honestly, we just got backstage action. And then we got a little bit of onstage action. Like, it wasn't that much, to be really honest. So in my opinion, there's not a lot to talk about. I just wanted to talk about the fight with Daisy and Janellis and Coco. And I think that's really all that happened, right? Wrong. I forgot this part, y'all. So when the girls, the followers, came on stage, they got booed by most of the audience. And shout out to the audience because I feel like it needed to be done. It had to be done. And I just personally feel like they deserved it because they were following the entire season. So that's why when they came to the reunion and they were backstage talking about Daisy this, Daisy that, I was just kind of like, why y'all ain't do this in the house? This is my thing. People would have liked y'all better if y'all would have stood on business inside of the house. Why are you waiting until you get to the reunion to say something? It's too late. In my opinion, it's too late and it's just pointless at this point. The situation with Oxy and Bahati, our favorite, I completely get where both of them are coming from, and let me tell y'all why. So, this is my thing. I feel like Oxy, Bahati, and Shay and all of them, they weren't really cool like that with Bahati when the season first started. I feel like they didn't really get cool with Bahati until like almost like I don't want to say the end, but middle to like end. That's when I started to notice that we're getting a little bit cooler, but obviously Bahati was more cooler with Shay and Oxy and Jaden versus the other girls. So I think what Oxy is trying to say is just like, why didn't you take up for us in this situation? Why are you over there laughing with them? You know what I mean? I definitely felt away when Bahati was laughing with them too, but then I can't act like I didn't see Bahati standing on her own every single episode against TT, what's her name, Daisy, and a lot of those girls. So I think what Bahati is trying to say is just like, girl, I've been standing on my own since day one. So not because we're friends that doesn't mean I need to take up for y'all. This sounds so bad. But not because they're new and found friends with Bahati, that does not mean Bahati need to fight the other girls that she already done fought it for y'all. Because, fought it. My bad, y'all. But I don't think Bahati needs to help them out. Nobody helped Bahati out, y'all. Like, I feel like Shay and Oxy, as much as I like them, they're very much silent all the time. They're not saying much. Even when TT was messing with their bed, they didn't say nothing. So I think Bahati is more so coming from a place of, girl, I did it on my own. Why can't y'all? And I feel like the reason why they couldn't do it on their own is because it's not that they can't fight, because Shay and Oxy can fight, but I feel like when Bahati wasn't letting nothing slide with the other girls, Coco, or not Coco, but what's her name? Oxy and Shay was letting a lot of stuff slide. I don't think Bahati needs to stand up for them. I'm gonna just keep it real, because nobody stood up for her. And it may look and sound bad, but it's just facts. So I definitely feel like Oxy should have left that alone and kept it moving and moved on. Like, girl, just move on. Like, are y'all gonna help each other out at the reunion, or are y'all not? I definitely feel like this is the wrong time to be, separating and beefing, though, with your friends, your new and found friends. But I personally think the reunion, I don't think it should have been mainly backstage, but we can't change that now. So I'm just waiting on episode 2, and then I'll talk a little bit more about what I think.